It's December 21st, and this is our 96 by 30 foot greenhouse that we got up this fall, and we got planted mostly on time, a little behind. And what we've been doing is we have a lot of spinach, lettuce. This has already been picked once, but this is the end of the row. We're growing Mizuna. This was already picked and is coming back for a second cutting. A lot more spinach. The spinach has been picked a couple of times. We did Red Kitten, Gazelle, I think Corvair, and Space. This is some arugula that I need to actually cut and give to the alpacas because it's a little too tall. But the rest of the bed has been harvested once and is starting to regrow. Hakurei turnips, those little white salad turnips. We also had some kale at the end of last year that was planted a little late in the season, but was small enough to transplant, so we brought that into the greenhouse, which it hasn't put on much growth, but it survived. Sort of an experiment. We also have a slight drainage problem on that side. It has to be dealt with. I'm going to put it on my to-do list, my infinitely long to-do list for this spring. This is Truchis, which is a mini romaine, which is doing very well for us, and Paris Island Cause, a full-size romaine. This is Cardinal, a great Batavian lettuce. It does great in summer and winter for us. In this row, what we did was we planted kale. Again, it was a little too late. The transplants weren't really up to size, but we put them in anyway, and they're doing okay. But in the center, we have radishes, which I'm going to be harvesting today. We have some more arugula there. And the white fabric you see in the rows, we cover the beds, usually at night, if it's going to be cold. And this is 2 layers of, I think it's GrowGuard 34, which I believe gives us 26, down to 26 degrees of protection before it freezes, but we haven't really had any hard freezes under here. It's done very well with the 2 layers so far. But our problem is that I work off farm during the winter, and what technically I should be doing is on warm days or sunny days be uncovering everything, and then if it's getting cold at night I should cover it back up. Because I leave for work so early, sometimes the fabric stays on for days at a time, and we've had some issues. Like, I think some of the yellowing of the leaves here is light issue. I mean, it's also probably a nitrogen issue. When we built this high tunnel, we had to do a lot of grading. So most of this is built on the subsoil, or a mix of the subsoil and the topsoil. So we put compost in the bed and some organic fertilizers before we started growing. But it's not the best soil just yet. We also have vents at the top on both gable ends, which we leave open all the time to let out the humidity, because that's really the big problem in the winter here. We have some other lettuces here that are looking pretty ratty. They're going to be harvested and given to the alpacas. But we're just trying out different varieties to see what works. There was one night I didn't get the cover on, and we got a lot of tip burn. And they've just been struggling ever since then. But the other head lettuces have been doing fine. So that's basically it.